pass, rolling to his right. They throw it, the in route to Tanner. Steck makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets, and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown, swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody. It is your live events broadcast of Class B girls volleyball in the state of North Dakota down in Kindred, North Dakota for tonight's contest between the Enderlin Eagles and the Kindred Vikings. Glad you can join us tonight. I am Daniel Gunnarsson alongside my cameraman Joey Hughes. Exciting start to the season for volleyball across the region, and we are excited for the opportunity to bring you Class B volleyball tonight. Before we get into anything, I just want to say a quick shout out to our sponsors tonight. We will have Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency as our timeout sponsor. We'll also be graced to have the set recap, which is brought to you by First Class Mortgage. We'll also have the Energy Player of the Game and the Post Game brought to you by Enbridge, and our Precision Player of the Game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. Those are our highlighted sponsors, and of course all the sponsors who give us an opportunity to bring you local high school athletics. And a fun one early on, the Kindred Vikings, last year Region 1 runner-ups as they ended up losing to Northern Cass in the region title game. No shame there. The Jaguars went on to win the Class B state title and have had a solid start to their season, winning their own invitational before losing earlier this week to Mayport CG. On the other side of the net, we'll have the Enderlin Eagles, a team that played in that Northern Cass invitational, ended up going 2-3. Their last time out, though, on Tuesday, a loss at Edgeley Colma Pillier in 3 straight sets. Both teams, in fact, will be looking to rebound from sweeps in their previous contests. We'll get a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Kindred Vikings, Karina Ashburn. First, though, we're going to take a break. You're watching Class B Girls Volleyball on your live event.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Doug Gray. I'm confident during the performance and when it's time for college. I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Back here at the Kindred Gym, the pride of the Vikings. This Class B squad had a great year last year in their season, being the Region 1 runner-ups to Northern Cass. We had a chance to catch up with the head coach, Karina Ashburn, before the game and just get her thoughts on how the season has gone so far and what to expect from her team tonight.
And it's Ashburn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Dan Gunnarsson here with Coach Ashburn of the Kindred Vikings. Coach, early on in the season, maybe just some early takeaways from how your team has performed in practice. And I know you've had, one game so far this year, correct?
Correct,
and
yep.
Unfortunately, you took the loss. But maybe just some feedback from what you've seen from the team so far.
From the team, we've really seen some really good energy. They have great chemistry in the gym, which we expect to see out on the floor. They're really hustlers and go-getters. They want to work and they want to prepare for the next thing, so they're not too hung up on the last thing. And Monday night's match was a tough match, but it's an experience and it's something that we learn from. So going into tonight, we really prepared for passing and defense and just making sure that we can make good, clean contacts.
So after last year's finish, you ended up losing to Northern Cass in the region title game. Of course, you weren't the last team to lose to them, obviously. They had a tremendous season. What kind of experience were you able to gain from that you have seen maybe just carry over into the start of this season?
Really our leadership. We lost a lot of players, seniors last year, so we were looking for a lot of leadership coming into this new class, and everybody's really stepped up and taken their part, and they work really well together.
Who should we be looking for in tonight's game? Maybe give us some players that you think will be showing out on the court tonight.
They all do a really fantastic job, but Cassidy Murphy is one of our outsides. She does a fantastic job, and Leah Rowland, our libero, she's pretty strong in the back row. She likes to be gritty. Other than that, like, both of our setters don't have a lot of varsity experience, but they're coming in fresh and they're working for their teammates, so Ava Spellhog and Greta McKinney.
And then what do you know about your opponent tonight in Enderlin? What can we expect from them?
They're really scrappy. We watched some films, so I know that they're scrappy, and they've got some pretty strong servers, so we're ready.
Well, it should be a good one tonight, Coach, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you to Coach Ashburn for giving us the opportunity to talk to her before the game. And just looking at this roster, as she said, plenty of turnover, but still plenty of seniors to be able to lean on. And we're going to hear from a few of those tonight, especially when we go through our starting lineups before that first ball is sent over the net. But the Kindred Vikings coming off a loss on Tuesday to the Grafton Spoilers in 3 straight sets. They ended up going to Grafton. I should have said that was on Monday, and lost to the Region 2 Spoilers. Region always a talented and athletic team from a girls ball perspective, and no shame in that one. Kindred still trying to find their way, find their identity this year. Enderlin, another team as well, looking to find their identity this season. We get to hear from Coach Jordan Bougely when we come back from the break. You're watching North Dakota High School Girls Volleyball on your live event.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Here with the head coach of the Enderlin Eagles, Jordan Bougely. Coach, so far, start to this season, maybe give me a little bit of feedback on how you felt it has went. I know it's early on, but what have you noticed from your squad so far?
So far they have had that not give up attitude. We're constantly going. We're not giving up. We're fighting through everything. It's definitely a rebuilding year. We've got a whole new squad, but they're really pulling through and carrying their weight. So it's been fun to see.
What, for us that are watching this game tonight, who should we be watching for on your team? Who should we be looking out for?
Mackenzie Wall, she's an outside. She's my senior. She's kind of been with us. She's my rock this year. And then Carson Wadeson has really come a long way. So they're my 2 outsides. They're big players for us.
And what do you know about Kindred kind of coming into this? I know last year was a really solid year for them, but they lost a lot of experience from that team that finished second in the region tournament. So what do you know? What have you seen? What have you heard about them?
I haven't really seen anything. I haven't heard a whole lot, but I just know Kindred's program, they never give up, and they are very, very scrappy. So it's going to be a battle of the defense, I think, today.
What do you want to have come out at the end of this? Like I said, early on in the season, you're noticing some things, but what would you feel is a win, regardless of what happens on the scoreboard for your team?
I would say as long as we give 100%, try hardest, we focus on the little things and win that serve pass game, that I would be happy with that.
All right. Well, Coach Bougely, I appreciate it, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Our thank you to Coach Bougely, sitting down with us prior to tonight's contest between the Vikings and the Eagles, talking about her team. And a team, as she had mentioned, still kind of searching for that identity. I'd like to go back to what Coach Ashburn had said in her pregame interview and calling Enderlin scrappy. And really, they showed out very well in the Northern Cass Invitational, going 2-4, I should say 2-1, during that Invitational in pool play, beating both Richland and Drayton Valley Edinburgh. They did lose to Hillsborough Central Valley. Ended up into that tournament side, lost to Linton HMB, and then ended up falling on Tuesday night to Edgeley-Call Montpelier in 3 straight sets. It's been 2 straight games since they've won a set, but you know what? It is the same for Kindred. They have yet to win a set this year, so when either of these teams takes that first set, it will be a first for them in quite a while for both of these squads. But Enderlin is a team that has some senior leadership, especially when you think of Amethyst Billing, that libero for this squad. They'll also be looking towards some sisters in Michaela and Mackenzie Wall. Michaela, the setter, a junior, one of the outside hitters for the Eagles, and Mackenzie, she is a senior. This squad, it'll be very interesting to see where they go tonight, and teams that are still searching for their identities. We'll take our final break of the pregame show. When we come back, we will get you ready for some North Dakota High School volleyball action, specifically getting you those starting lineups. You're watching North Dakota High School girls volleyball on your live event.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Welcome to the shift, Viking Nation. New merch, new designs. The Viking Booster Club has options for him, her, and all the kids. Let's go, Vikings. Get outfitted for the new year. Refresh your favorites from top to bottom. If the flag is flying, the ship is open for business. Carhartt nips are back in stock, plus new lids. Find the merch. Get the gear.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
Welcome to the shift, Viking Nation. New merch, new designs. The Viking Booster Club has options for him, her, and all the kids. Let's go, Vikings. Get outfitted for the new year. Refresh your favorites from top to bottom. If the flag is flying, the ship is open for business. Carhartt nips are back in stock, plus new lids. Find the merch. Get the gear.
The 2023 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now available in digital format. You can view the 2023 Fall Sports Guide online and on mobile by visiting rnjbroadcasting.com and clicking on the Sports Guide link. View schedules, coaches' bios, and see plenty of photos and tidbits to get ready for the fall sports seasons. The R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now online and available at rnjbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Kindred Gym in Kindred, North Dakota. The Vikings in their white home uniforms with the blue trim taking on the Enderlin Eagles in North Dakota Class B girls volleyball. The Enderlin Eagles wearing the black tops with the white and orange trim. And the first team we're going to talk about when it comes to those starting lineups tonight, we'll run down it. Starting at a setter position will be Michaela Wall, the 5'2 junior, will be wearing number 2. We'll also have Caitlin Maggio, a middle hitter, a sophomore at 5'4", wearing number 5. Mackenzie Wall will be one of the outside hitters, the older sister of Michaela, a senior, 5'4", wearing number 6. The other outside hitter, number 9, Carson Waitson, a 5'5 junior. One of the middle hitters for this squad, along with Caitlin Maggio, will be number 10, Lindsay Allen, a 5'7 senior. Aspen Schlecht will be on the right side, wearing number 11 and a 5'5 junior. Finally, wearing number 15 and in the libero jersey, that is orange for Enderlin. It'll be the 5'4 senior, Amethyst Billing. That is Wall, Maggio, Wall, Waitson, Allen, Schlecht, and Billing. The Enderlin Eagles are coached by Jordan Bougely and coming with an overall record of 2-4. The home squad on the scoreboard will be the Kindred Vikings, coached by Karina Ashburn, who was one of the assistant coaches on the 2016 Kindred Vikings. That team, of course, winning the Region 1 title and representing this region in the state tournament back in that year. This time around, she's the head coach, leading this Viking squad. So far 0-1 on the season with an opening season loss to the Grafton Spoilers. They will start like this. At the libero position, wearing number 4 will be Leah Rowland. At the outside position will be wearing number 6, Cassidy Murphy. Ava Spellhog will be their setter, wearing number 9. Bria Mauk, one of 2 middle hitters, will be wearing number 10, along with Avery Ammerman, a middle hitter, wearing number 13. The other outside hitter will be Tess Rohrbeck. She will be wearing number 12. And then Greta McKenna wearing number 14 will be both right side and a setter for this squad. That's Roland, Murphy, Spellhaug, Mauk, Rohrbeck, Ammerman, and McKenna. That is your starting lineup for the Kindred Vikings. Of course, with volleyball, the libero will start out and then jump in right away. For Kindred, you will see Roland jump in for Mauk to start things out. And then on the Enderlin side, you will see Billing jump in for either Caitlin Maggio or Lindsay Allen. And it looks like to start, she's going to hop in for Caitlin Maggio. So both squads have their 6 to start out on the court. And the service will go to Enderlin to kick things off. The Eagles to serve. It'll be Michaela Wall, the 5'10 junior, and a lefty hitter who gets it over, and then dug out on the back end by Roland. Kindred will set it up, going to the outside, kind of a swing and a hit by McKenna. Didn't get all of it, but it falls down to the ground, and it is 1-0 Kindred. Kind of off her fingertips, McKenna, but it gets Kindred the opportunity to take an early 1-set lead. Serving for the Vikings is Rohrbeck, and she serves that one a little bit too far to the left, and a point to Enderlin, so they'll take over. And serving for the Eagles will be Waitson. The outside hitter, a 5'5 junior, gets it to the back row. Set up by Spellhaug, and a shot up. Dug out nicely in the back end there by Billing, and gets it over. Spellhaug will set it up over to, Spellhaug sets it up on the outside. Bacco unable to, I should say that's Murphy, unable to get it down, but she's able to dig the return. Set up by Spellhaug. Murphy again with an attempt, and it is too far this time by Cassidy Murphy, and it will be point Enderlin. Waitson to serve, gets it over, but it's too far to the far side, right in front of the Kindred bench, and it will be a point for the Vikings as they get the ball. Checking in now will be Rohrbeck, or I should say Mauk, and serving in the back end will be Ammerman, and her serve is too far out of bounds. A lot of service errors, 3 service errors so far in the first 5 points. It's 3-2, Enderlin. Allen in, or I should say Allen is out. And we are seeing Crystal, McKenna Crystal, the 5'4 junior, in with her serve going to the back row. Spellhaug sets it up to the outside, but we're going to call a double hit on Spellhaug. She was looking to set it up, I believe, from Murphy on the outside, but just not a clean set. Point Enderlin. Crystal to serve. This one up over, dug out in the back row by Kindred. Spellhaug will bump set to the outside. Murphy trying to go back row, dug out nicely in the back end by Waitson. Enderlin gets it over. It'll be Spellhaug again. She just pushes it over, but Enderlin there. Going for the kill on the outside, and blocked on the outside was Wall. Great job by the kind of the wall there set up by Kindred. That was McKenna and Mauk there for the block, and they get the side out. So an opportunity now for Kindred, and serving will be Greta McKenna. 4-3 early on. First set. McKenna. Line drive serve. Set up. And just a bad return. Not a lot on it from Mackenzie Wall on the back end. As her sister, Michaela, was trying to set her up. And we're tied at 4 apiece. Michaela will try it again, but this time she'll go mill hitter. This one gets on Wall. I should say rolling a little bit quickly, but Kindred's able to recover, going to the outside, and this one hits the antenna as Aspen Schlicht has that one go out of bounds, and it will be a point for Kindred. Back and forth game so far early on. Wall will set it up, go into the middle again for Maggio, but dug out nicely by the Vikings. However, they're unable to get it back over the net. Looked like Jansen Jordheim on that one, just really unable to get that over. So again, Enderlin will get the ball. Nobody has been able to sustain any kind of point run at this point. Score tied at 5. In to serve is Ellie Fredericks. Dug out nicely on the back end by Roland. Going to Jordheim, who gets it back row. Kind of eats up Waitson a little bit. On the outside is Mackenzie Wall. She can't get it through both Jordheim and Mauk, and it is point for Kindred, 6-5 early on. Murphy to serve. Back end, dug out by Waitson. Going to the net is Wall. She gets it over. Pardon me, Wall actually with the bump set to her sister. She goes back over as Mackenzie, but dug out by Kindred. Set up by McKenna. Pushed over by Mauk. This one goes back row. Nice job by Murphy to dig it out. And that's Rohrbeck who gets it over. That is dug out by Billing. Could have let that go. Might have been a point. Waitson sends it over. Nice little back and forth here from the top. Nice job by Jordheim for the kill. Jansen Jordheim usually comes in for Spellhaug. Has done a nice job from the outside. Couple blocks along that wall with Mauk, and now with the kill. Point for Kindred, but the serve from McKenna is too, or pardon me, from Murphy is too far, and it is out of bounds, side out to Enderlin. This will be Mackenzie Wall to serve. 7-6 your score. Gets it over. Dug out by Roland. They'll set it up going to the outside is Rohrbeck. That's dug out by Waitson. Set up going back row. Way out was Billing. Wall trying to set up a back row kill. Usually you don't see that from the libero. And that one out of bounds. So one libero to another as it'll be Roland to serve. Back row dug out by Fredericks. They'll go to the outside. That one long as well. The attempt coming from Waitson goes way out of bounds, and it's 9-6. Really, it's been a lot of unforced errors by Enderlin. They are just have had a tough time finding the ball in bounds so far in this first set as Roland gets it over. Nice job by Enderlin to go for the kill attempt, but beautiful job on the other side by, it looks like Haley McLeod to dig that out. Recently checked into the game. Pardon me, that was McKenna who dug it out. Now back row, McKenna trying to save it and does. She's all over the court. And then she's back there as it was attempted by Waitson to try and find the open space. Rohrbeck gets it over, but Enderlin there to receive, going to the middle. This one ends up finding the hands of McKenna. Another tip back over. Great save by Enderlin and a great back and forth. This one tipped over and in. Great job by Ammerman to find the open space. Looked like Waitson had an opportunity but let it fall, thinking it was going to go out of bounds. They call it in. It's 10-6. Kindred on a little bit of a run here as Roland's serve goes over. They'll set it up going to the outside. Waitson, back row dig by Murphy. Nice job in the back row by Fredericks. Tipped up wall to wall. Nice tip, but down it goes. Right at the net was Ammerman, but nobody was really paying attention. I don't think Jordheim even saw that ball go up. And a great kill from the back row. You went wall to wall on that one, and it was Mackenzie with the point. Nice serve, but too hard. Great job by Billing, who has that jump serve. A lot of force behind it, but unfortunately too long. And it is Kindred serve. It'll be Spellhaug in to serve for the Vikings. She gets it over. Dug out by Fredericks. Tipped up by Wall to the outside. This one is nicely bumped by Murphy. They set it up, get it over. That's Wall. She gets it to Billing. To the outside. Waitson. Tipped around. Pushed over by Roland. Set, going back to Waitson, who is blocked on the outside by Ammerman and McKenna. Kindred showing a little bit of their force so far with about the third block that we've seen. This dig almost too far. Wall does a nice job of tipping it over. Roland saves it. And unfortunately from the back row, Rohrbeck unable to get it over the net. Sets it into the net, and it will be Enderlin ball. Fredericks out, Schlecht in. Wall to serve. Lefty serve, dug out by Roland. Set up by Spellhaug. Kill attempt too far and into the Enderlin bench with it was Greta McKenna from her right side. And Wall back to serve. Rolling, bump, Spellhaug, dig, going back to McKenna, push, bump. McKenna, set. She's going middle, push, blocked, bump. Wall, bump again. She'll go to Waits and blocked. McKenna Amerman. That's the 4th time we've called a Kindred block tonight. 2nd time that they've been able to do that. It is a wall right there that Enderlin is having a tough time getting through, whether it be Lindsay Allen or Ashman Schleck. They just cannot find the opening as that serve. A line drive one really ran right in front of Billing, and a great serve from Tess Rohrbeck, the 5'6" senior, an outside hitter, puts Kindred up 5 in this first set. Line drive this one, right to Billing. Wall with the bump set. She goes into Allen, who gets it over. They're going to go middle kill. Beautiful job by Avery Amerman. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Bougely. This timeout brought to you by Kindred State Bank. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
Dan Gunnarsson alongside Joey Hughes here at the Kindred High School Gymnasium. 15-9 your score. The Vikings have had, by my count, 5 blocks so far in this first set, accounting for 5 of their 15 points. They hold a 6-point lead over the Eagles. And back to serve for Kindred, looking for a second ace, was Rohrbeck. Enderlin handles it and gets it back over. Spellhaug to the outside. Nice kill by Cassidy Murphy. Kindred has found their groove so far and has gained a 7-point advantage. Rohrbeck serve is over, dug out by Billing to Wall. Wall going to Allen in the middle, who pushed it back row. There is Roland, set it up to Spellhaug, going back to Murphy, punched in the air by McKenna, or I should say by Wall, and with Michaela Wall, and it goes into the Enderlin bench. And another point for the Vikings. That one just not a clean serve, unfortunately, from Tess Rohrbeck, and so Enderlin will get the opportunity. A lot of service errors, probably within the first combined 10 points between these two squads, and those have been cleaned up, and that's one of the first ones that we saw. Enderlin's Carson Waitson gets it over to the outside and in. What a kill from the outside by Avery Amerman. She has had a wonderful first set, and that one kind of inexplicably let go by Enderlin. I think they thought that was going to be long, but Avery Amerman has been on point so far in this first set. 3rd kill for her as she is now serving. That return bump too far, and Waitson just has to push it over and finds some open court to the right of Amerman. Just almost a give up from Carson Waitson, but she has accuracy on that return, and there is a reason that Amerman usually finds herself on the bench when that back row happens, just because she doesn't move quite as quickly in the back row. Enderlin with the serve as Murphy gets it over to Spellhaug and then pushes it to an open area. Great save by Wall. Spellhaug will set it up. Set was a little bit off, and now we're going to get a net air. This one is going to be on Caitlin Maggio. Haven't called her name much tonight, unfortunately. Ran into the net on that one, and it'll be side out. Kindred to serve. And back to serve for the Vikings will be Greta McKenna. Serve is up, dug out by Billing, but it goes far behind Waitson, who has to bump it towards the front wall, bumps it over, dug out by Roland. Nice save by McKenna, and then gets it over. Waitson Bumped up, back to Wall, gets it over. Just a lot of back and forth right now as Murphy give it over to Jordheim. Go for the kill, dug out by Billing, but too close to the net. Point, Vikings. Jansen Jordheim. She had a couple nice kills in this first set. It's really helped give the Vikings some support from that outside position. 5'7" senior. As that serve taken on by Billing to Wall, to the middle. It'll be Maggio, dug out by Kindred. That one, boy, that looked like it might have gone out of bounds. It was tipped out of bounds by Mackenzie, pardon me, that is Carson Waitson who tips it out of bounds, and another timeout from Coach Bougeli. This timeout, of course, brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. 21-11, your score in the first set. Kindred all over Enderlin. You're watching North Dakota High School Girls Volleyball on your live event.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Doug Gray. I'm confident during the performance and when it's time for college. I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes back here at the Kindred High School Gymnasium as the Vikings serve it over, dug out by Billing, and from the outside, a attempt from Aspen Schleck goes into the net. Another point for the Vikings, who have gained an 11-point advantage so far, with Greta McKenna back to serve. Vikings looking to win their first set of the year. In fact, they were swept earlier in the week by Grafton. McKenna serve up on the wall to Waitson. To Billing as the back row just bumps it around and gets it out. Rolling to McKenna, going into the middle, and a push from Mauk. And this one is set over to Schlecht, who finds the open court on the other end. A little bit of a miscommunication there from the Vikings. And Enderlin gets the point. Schlecht gets the kill, then heads to the bench in favor of Ellie Fredericks, 5'2" junior. A little bit of a jump serve, gets it over, dug out by Kindred. McKenna will set it up. Get it over and out of bounds. Too far on that one was Fredericks, or I should say Jordheim. And McKenna, who will play some setter as well. When Spellhaug is out, she sets it up on the outside to Murphy with the kill. Cassidy Murphy, 5'8" senior. Trying to put the Vikings up 1-0. She's serving. Too far on the serve. Another service error. Great job by Fredericks to let that one go. Point, Enderlin. Might be something Coach Bougeli will talk about with her squad when they go into the break. Seems like a lot of these serves are running hard, maybe too deep, and Enderlin seems to be grabbing quite a few of them. Kindred on the other side. That one, Fredericks unable to handle it as Jordheim just launched one right at her. Point, Kindred. And a set point coming up. 24-14, it's rolling in the back. Libero, the junior, looking to give Kindred a 1-0 lead. Off the net and down, an ace and a point. And the set goes to the Vikings, 25-14. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you your First Class Mortgage set recap here on your live event. You're watching North Dakota High School Athletics.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Well, welcome back to the Kindred Gymnasium. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you. Kindred takes that first set 25 to 14. Let's get to our First Class Mortgage set recap. First Class Mortgage, more than just our company name. It's the way we do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Kindred's Jansen Jordheim and Avery Ammerman really carried the squad through that first set, whether it was Ammerman kind of combining on the blocks or Jordheim getting some really strong kills from the outside. Impressed with how that team kind of collectively got through a little bit of, I would say, sloppiness within those first 10 points. A lot of service errors on both sides, but was able to capitalize more on Enderlin sloppiness and fix their own to get that 25 to 14 victory. We'll see here as we get ready for set 2 of this match if Enderlin can correct some of those mistakes that they were making. One thing I would say to watch out for, it felt as if a lot of those serves from the Vikings were long, and Enderlin was trying their hardest to play every ball, maybe a little bit of over-eagerness to try and make a play on everything. As it stands, the Eagles now down 1-0 will be set to return the serve from the Vikings. For the Eagles, you see Krista Nord, the 5'7" senior, enter the match, one of the outside hitters for this squad, as that one is rifled over by Ava Spellhaug. Enderlin able to return it as Roland sets it up for Spellhaug. In the middle is Ammerman. Nice tip by Enderlin. They're just unable to control the ball and get it over, and it's right where we left off, Avery Ammerman. That serve into the hands of Billing. Nord will bump it over, and Kindred will get set. Going to the outside, this one into the net as Tess Warbeck not able to get anything on that one, and Kindred will set up to return the serve from Waitson. Line drive serve, boy, good job by Roland just to handle it. Then bumped over by Murphy, and then Ammerman, and then it's Billing. Wall outside to her sister, Roland with a nice dig. Ammerman straight up, almost hits the light. This one pushed to the back end, Waitson. Wall. Billing, oh, beautiful block by Ammerman. Looked to have caught. Looks like that's Ava Furneaux, I should say, kind of underneath that one, and she knocks it out of bounds. Along with Krista Nord, Ava getting her first opportunities in this game, the freshman middle hitter. As they go to the outside wall, that one blocked right back in her face again. It's Ammerman, and joining her is McKenna on the outside. Quickly 3-1. Kindred with the lead. Over, wall to the outside. Boy, good job by Kindred to keep that one alive, but Spellhaug just unable to get it over, so the point will end up going to Ava Furneaux. And she has, thought she had the serve, but no, she is checking out in favor of McKenna Crystal. So that one is too far over, and another service error from the Eagles. Amerman back to serve as Roland checks out for the Vikings, and in comes Billing for the Eagles. Amerman gets it over to Wall, to her sister, finds just an kind of think out of rotation Viking squad as Coach Ashburn yells out some instructions for her team. Back and forth early on, second set, much like the first as Frederick's serve is out. Good job on the outside by Murphy to call that one. 5-3. McKenna to Billing. Wall sets it up, gets a great opportunity for her sister to get one, but goes to the back row where McKenna is there to dig it out. That one sent too far over in the back row by Waitson as she dug out the kill from Cassidy Murphy. She's had a strong second set, and it's 6-3 Kindred. Billing digs out the serve. Going to the outside, this one tipped, now bumped up as Waitson unable to save it. Caitlin Maggio kind of mistimed her jump on that one. Weakly hit it into the blocks of Kindred, who sent it back, and Enderlin unable to handle it, and quickly it's a 7-3 lead. That one long. Something I had called out between sets is it seemed like Kindred was getting a little bit aggressive with their serves. They do on that one. And it'll give an opportunity for Mackenzie Wall to serve. Set up on the outside. Jordheim rifles it into the net. Enderlin, a couple points back into this one. It's 7-5. Mackenzie, it's over. Dug out on the back row by Rohrbeck. Pushed over. Nice job by Billing to come from the back row. Set up by Waitson to Wall. She bumps it over. Set up by McKenna. Going to the outside. Jordheim, it's in! Jansen Jordheim from the outside gets the kill. And Kindred back serving. Murphy. Oh, off the hands of Wall on the back end. And that's another one of those serves that I just feel if you kind of let that one go, you're in an awkward position starting out on the outside back row. You let that go, you take your chances with that. You give the point to Kindred there, and Murphy serve into the net. So a side out, and Enderlin back to serving. And it'll be Amethyst Billing to serve as Furneaux checks back in. Billing dug out by Murphy, bumped by McKenna, and then from the back row, too far though, looking for the kill attempt was Roland. We've seen a couple of libero kill attempts from the back row, one on each side. Neither has worked. And it's 9-7 as Billing's serve goes too far. Another service error for the Eagles. I believe that's the third one of this set alone for Enderlin. Roland, dug out in the back row by Fredericks. And then an outside kill attempt, no. But we are going to get, I believe, a net violation on Enderlin. So the attempt from Furneaux goes wide, but a net violation, and I think that was on Jordheim, gives Enderlin the opportunity to serve. And it's Wall, lefty, punches it over, dug out by Murphy to the outside by Rohrbeck, but it's dug out nicely by Enderlin. A bump to Furneaux, it's tipped, dug out by Roland. Set up by McKenna, middle to Amerman. Not great, Waitson, bump. Now she gets an opportunity for her own kill. It's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Jordheim and Amerman were there, but Waitson able to muscle it through, 10-9. This is a much more composed Eagles squad right now through the second set as Wall goes back row, dug out by Murphy, set up by McKenna. Jordheim outside, Billing! Great job to collect herself and get it there. Furneaux from the middle tried to get the kill. Kind of a bad dig in the back by Murphy. Roland will get it to the back to Wall. Bumped by Billing, then bumped over by Wall. And then in the back row, an attempt by Murphy to get it. Jordan just kind of let that go over her shoulder in the position that she's in. I think she felt that Murphy was going to have a better run at it, let it go over, and we're tied. And Wall right away to Murphy. The bump into the net, then tipped over and almost out of bounds. It looked like Mackenzie Wall thought that one was going to fall inbound, so she gave the dig attempt. And the point goes to Kindred. We are at a disadvantage, kind of up in a crow's nest, and that's on the far side in front of the scores table. It may have looked like it was going out of bounds from here, but Mackenzie Wall has a better vantage point than we do. She knocks it out of bounds. It's Kindred ball, and that serve from Spellhaug goes over. And Enderlin, in their attempt to try and get the point, knocks it out of bounds. Spellhaug to serve again. 12-10. That one, Billing digs. Wall sets for no, too long, but I believe we're going to get we are going to get a tip. Yes. Well, I'm waiting for the explanation. It looked like this back judge here was calling a tip off of Kindred, which would give Enderlin the ball. We're going to have a discussion about this one. And we'll see what we come to as a conclusion. Make sure and stay tuned after the game for the Energy Player of the Game, brought to you by Enbridge, and the Precision Player of the Game, brought to you by RDK Enterprises, of course, First Class Mortgage with our set recap, and we do get a tip, point Enderlin. And then our timeouts, which so far through the second set we haven't had any, brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. 12-11, it's been a very competitive second match as Waitson's serve is out. A fourth service error in this second set by Enderlin. Dug out by Waitson on the serve from Kindred. Back row is Rohrbeck. She's able to dig it out. Billing to Wall, to the outside to Wall. Her kill attempt is blocked beautifully on the outside by Amerman and McKenna, who gets a kill attempt. Billing dig, Wall bump. Mackenzie Wall, little loft over, dug out nicely by Kindred. They're looking to save it, cannot. Boy, in the back row, that looked to be Rohrbeck, who was coming up with the dig from the back row. And just as I said it, we haven't had any timeouts. We get our first of the second set, which is brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. 13-12, Kindred with the lead. Competitive second set here on North Dakota High School Athletics on your live event.
Welcome to the shift, Viking Nation. New merch, new designs. The Viking Booster Club has options for him, her, and all the kids. Let's go, Vikings. Get outfitted for the new year. Refresh your favorites from top to bottom. If the flag is flying, the ship is open for business. Carhartt nips are back in stock, plus new lids. Find the merch. Get the gear.
Back here at the Kindred Gym as Crystal serves coming out of the timeout. Dug out by Roland. Spellhaug to the outside. Kill attempt from Murphy is good. Great job by Coach Ashburn to call that timeout, get a side out for her Vikings, who now hold a 14-12 lead. Amerman back to serve. That one dug out by Mackenzie Wall to Waitson. Bumped over by Michaela. Spellhaug to the middle, and boy, what a kill. Brian Mauk. It got tipped at the net and then went off the side of the head of Krista Nord. And it's 15-12, Amerman. Again, that one, Billing digs it out. Wall to the outside, and that one is in. Boy, she hugged the line on the far side, got the kill. And Kindred playing a little bit more reserved, I would say, on that one than Enderlin, who seems to just go after every ball. Enderlin still very well in this one as Fredericks serves, gets it over, dug out the back row, and McKenna bumps it to, to Mauk, who went to the back row. It looked like Waitson was not prepared for that. She was starting to back up to get into her position in the back row and tried to get her feet under her to dig it out, could not. And it ends up being point Kindred up 16-13, I should say. As McKenna serves, this one off the net. McKenna bumps it over to Murphy. Pushed over by Roland back row is Waitson. Bumped by Billing. Wall to Roland. Set by McKenna. Outside Jordheim. Push. Waitson. Dig. Set. Push. Bump. And Wall will just bump it for Enderlin. The other Wall will send it over the left hand. Dug out in the back row by Rohrbeck. And this one is punched over by Murphy. Rohrbeck in that back row kind of served it a little bit too close to the net. Murphy came running. Really, her only option was to punch it with the right hand. It rolled up over the net and fell harmlessly on the other side for the point. It's 17-13 as that one goes in the net. A service error for Kindred. And some of the mistakes that they have made tonight, in this second set, I should say, have allowed the opportunity for the Eagles to stay in and stay engaged. Our score right now is 17-14 through the second set at a competitive one as Mackenzie Wall sends it over. Dug out by Murphy, but too far into the bleachers, actually hit the scores table. And the point goes to Enderlin. Casting Murphy, 5'8" senior in that back row. Telling her libero Roland to back up. This one dug out by Rohrbeck as Jordheim will bump it over to Murphy. She calls for it. Push way too far. So a couple of errors from Murphy on her side. Out of bounds, point Enderlin. They're putting some points together, the Eagles. I love the term Ashburn used earlier in our pregame interview, scrappy, and that's what they're doing so far. But again, another service error from the Eagles by my count, number 5 in this second set. And really could be the undoing if Kindred is able to hold on and win this one. It's 18-16. It's Murphy to serve. That one, a line drive dug out in the back row by Fredericks. Bumped up by McKenna. She goes middle roll. That one was to Mauk. Enderlin able to handle it. That one, Krishno, it's in! Furneaux, I should say. Ava Furneaux, the freshman. Pardon me, that was Caitlin Maggio. Can't get my names correct. Caitlin Maggio with the kill. Furneaux now in, and serving is Billing, another service error. Make it number 6. And Billing at this point is looking to her bench going, what am I doing wrong? I don't think she has had a great night serving. A couple service errors so far as Roland serves it over. Wall, digs, middle, Waitson to Murphy. Bumped up by McKenna, who gets it over to Roland, who pushes it over. Billing calls for it. Wall will set it. Middle to Furneaux. Has it blocked by Ammerman and Rohrbeck. Jordheim for the kill. Finds Fredericks. Wall. Bump. Back row. It'll be the libero. Gets it to McKenna. Middle. Ammerman. Push. Point. Vikings. Great rally right there, and a great job by Ammerman in the middle to get the point and give the Vikings a 3-point lead as Roland will give a point right back to the Eagles with that service error. Krista Nord to check in. Ellie Fredericks to check out. Nord, Waitson, Furneaux at the front of the net as they set up on the serve from Wall. Back row, Murphy kill! Found a spot between Mackenzie Wall and Amethyst Billing for the point. And it's 21-18, back to a 3-point lead, and back in is Ava Spellhaug. Looking to give Kindred more breathing room in this second set. That one just over the net, bumped by Waitson. Mackenzie Wall saves it. Krista Nord will bump it over. Great scramble drill by the Eagles. Spellhaug will set up Averman in the middle. Nice job by Michaela Wall. Ward gets it. Waitson tries to tip it over. Boy, Wall in the back row. That one came down so hard. Had a tough time controlling it, and it goes up into the rafters. We're going to get a timeout here from Coach Bougely. We'll take one with her here on the Kindred State Bank and Insurance timeout. You're watching North Dakota High School Athletics on your live event.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Daniel Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes back with you on your live event. Got some couple updates from around the region. Right now, Northern Cass took that first set over Fargo Oak Grove 25-18. We also have a Sargent County 26-24 over Central Cass in the first set. Here, Kristen Ord going for the kill, and we're going to get a net violation on Kindred. This one is on 14, I believe, or 4. I would assume 14, which would be Greta McKenna. And they point to Enderlin. That one dug out by Roland as Waitson serves it over. McKenna trying to make up for the net violation into the arms of Waitson to the outside. Mackenzie Wall finally got a good run at it. And right there, of course, to block it, unfortunately, is Greta McKenna and Avery Ammerman. Great job by those two on the outside to get the block. 23-19 in the second set. Vikings, they won the first one 25-14. Dug out by Waitson, and Furneaux really had no chance as Waitson was unable to control that ball. Furneaux went diving towards the bleachers to try and save it. 24-19 our score. It's been a more competitive set from Enderlin, but they're on the ropes here. Back to serve is Rohrbeck. Oh, out of bounds. So, the Vikings, if they're going to get the victory, they got to get a side out from the Eagles as they do a rotational switch. You get Caitlin Maggio to check in, McKenna Crystal to check in as well as Billing and Furneaux take a seat. It's Crystal in the back trying to serve. Does she have 4 straight in her for the Eagles? That one is over. Roland bumped towards the net. Spellhaug to Amerman running at, push, Waitson, bump. Wall backed over to her sister on the outside who goes too far, out of bounds. Point and set to the Vikings. 25-20 in the second set. A victory for Kindred to take a 2-0 lead over the Enderlin Eagles. When we come back, we will get you that set recap brought to you by First Class Mortgage. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knick. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes back here at the Kindred High School as the scoreboard momentarily has reset. Having some issues with some technology on their end. We're doing good here and getting you ready for this third set. First, though, let's get to that First Class Mortgage set recap. A 25-20 victory for the Kindred Vikings to take that 2-0 lead. They did really well, I think, as a team, but the one thing that stood out to me throughout this contest or throughout that second set was just the service errors from Enderlin. I counted 6. There may have been more, but you make those kind of service errors in a game that close, that's the difference. If Enderlin can clean that up, and had they been able to clean that up in the second set, we might have been talking about a 1-1 tie. As it stands right now, the Vikings, they lead 2-0, and that is your First Class Mortgage set recap. First Class Mortgage, more than your company name, it's the way we do business. Whether you're buying a new home, refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. First Class service,
first-class knowledge and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Enderlin starts this off with the serve, and Wall handles an Ammerman kill attempt. A push from Enderlin a little bit too far as Kindred's able to just get it over. Back with it is Enderlin. Spellhaug to the middle. Push by Rohrbeck, I should say, is handled beautifully by the Eagles, who continue to stay in touch with this one. Roland pushed it over to Billing. Wall will set it up, going to Waitson on the outside, who got a good run at it, put it right on Spellhaug, who's able to handle it. Ammerman at the front of the net, try to just push it over for the point. Can't get it down, and it will be point Eagles. Spellhaug sets it out to the back. McKenna, what a block on the outside by the Eagles. That's Lindsay Allen and Ava Furneaux getting the block. Allen, the senior, Furneaux, the freshman. Great job by the Eagles. And they're up early, 2-0. Ammerman says no, almost got the point. That one sent to the back. Great job by Billen. Boy, Michaela Wall with a couple great digs as Furneaux gets it off the block attempt of Ammerman. This one pushed over by Rohrbeck, set up in the middle for Furneaux. She goes off the tip. Kind of eats up Billing, or I should say rolling a little bit from the outside. McKenna, Rohrbeck finds the open hardwood for the point. Wall sits it up to the outside. Allen, it's tipped. Dug out by Spellhaug, bumped up by Roland, pushed over by McKenna, bumped up by Furneaux to the outside. Waitson gets it over, but we're going to get another net violation. And again, it is by McKenna. So a couple net violations, unfortunately, for the Vikings. Just not have been able to clean that up. We've seen, I think, about 3 for them so far in this one. Boy, what a kill on the outside by Cassidy Murphy. She had a couple of errors in that second set. Just really taking out the frustration on the ball in that one. 3-2 Enderlin. Ammerman, service error. And Enderlin will serve with McKenna Crystal, who puts it right into the net. Another service error for the Eagles. Four to 3 your score, 2-0 the lead for the Vikings. They won the first one 25-14, second one 25-20. And they lead this third, or I should say they trail in this third set 4-3. Greta McKenna back to serve, and she puts it into the net. So back-to-back service errors for the Vikings. As Kindred, some uncharacteristic mistakes so far. We haven't really seen it from them in this game. They start out this third set a little sloppy, and sometimes you see that with teams up 2-0. They lose the focus a little bit. Great serve by Fredericks. Middle attempt by Jordheim is dug out nicely by Fredericks on that back row. There's Wall for the kill. Goes deep and gets it. Boy, found some room between Rohrbeck and Roland. And Mackenzie Wall with the kill as Fredericks will serve again. Spinning serve, dug out by McKenna, bumped up by Roland. Jordheim, back row, Waitson just could not handle it. Waitson tried to set it up for Maggio, and just a little bit too aggressive on the return. Aspen Schlecht into the game. Murphy gets it over. Wall pushes it, but Roland there to clean it up. Middle serve, Jordheim. No, pardon me, that wasn't Jordheim, that was Mauk. Nice job by Enderlin to recover, and Kindred on the attack. That one is Jordheim, but Fredericks there to get it, going to the outside is Wall. Push, found it. What a job by Enderlin on that one. It looked, for all good intentions, that Mauk was going to get the point,
for the Vikings. Instead, Enderlin does a great job of recovering and in fact sends us in to a Kindred State Bank and Insurance timeout. Your score, 7-4, Enderlin with the lead in the third set. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dan Gunnarsson back with Joey Hughes here on your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School Volleyball. The Vikings, who lead this 2-0 over the Eagles, now trail Enderlin 7-4. Thank you to Kindred State Bank and Insurance for sponsoring that timeout. As Enderlin serves it over, that was Wall. Vikings do a good job of recover on the outside. Schlecht finds the open spot on the left side of Tess Rohrbeck. Aspen Schlecht hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight, but she gets one there. The right side hitter, the junior at 5'5", puts Enderlin up 8-4. Wall, great serve, dug out by Rowland. Set up by McKenna to the outside. Boy, what a kill on the outside by Rohrbeck. Lot of power behind that one. Caitlin Murphy covering her face, just blown away by the power behind it as Rowland serves. Dug out by Fredericks. Wall will set it up, going to Schlecht on the outside. She pushes it over. Ammerman there, gives it to McKenna. To Jordheim, she just pushes it over. Fredericks to Wall, to the middle. That one too far. Maggio unable to keep it in bounds. Point, Kindred. Rowland gets it over, dug out by Wall, bumped over by her sister. And Kindred will set. Ammerman out. Ammerman. She has had a great game at the net. Blocks, kills. That one, unfortunately, doesn't stay in bounds. She actually sent that one out into the lobby. Looking for snacks. Maggio looking for a point. Back row. Murphy to McKenna to Jordheim with a very awkward looking kill attempt. But the ball, by I think sheer surprise in the back row, Wall was not expecting it. Sent it too far back to Jordheim, who sends it back into an open spot. And the kill for Kindred. They trail 9-7. It's Spellhaug. Dug out by Fredericks to Billing. Wall will just have to bump it over. Murphy, Spellhaug, she goes Ammerman. Ooh, Billing, great dig. I was ready to call kill. Billing sends it over Rowland to Spellhaug, close to the net. Ammerman can't do anything about it, but we're going to get a net violation on Furneaux, and it will be Kindred ball. Spellhaug, serve. Enderlin to the middle. Boy, Wadeson with the kill. And they're going to call a net violation this time on Ammerman. So even with the point, it still was going to go Enderlin's way with the side out as Michaela Wall will serve. Dug out by Kindred. Tipped over beautifully on the outside by McKenna. And it'll be Kindred point. They're putting together a nice little run right now. They were down 10-6. They have, pardon me, I should say 9-5. They've come back to make it 10-9. And back to serve, Rohrbeck. And then she puts that one right into the net. A service error for her. Third one for Kindred in this set alone. So Enderlin still maintaining. And it'll be Wadeson to serve. She puts it into the net. Over the net a challenge into the net. Seems to be a little bit easier for these two teams in the last two serves. No gain, no ground loss, no ground gain, and another service error, this one by Ammerman. Enderlin, a couple quick changes as Furneaux and Billing are out. And back to serve will be Crystal. Over, spinning serve, dug out, almost set too far to the net by Rohrbeck. Dug out, nice job by Crystal to Wall to the middle. That's Maggio, dug out by Roland. Bumped up by Spellag, and it would be Roland from the back row. That one is dug out by Crystal towards the front, bumped over by Allen, and then a kill attempt from Kindred, but we are going to get a net violation. I believe they're going to call that one on Maggio. So Kindred, who was going to get the point anyways, ends up getting a net violation on the Eagles, and they still trail by 1. McKenna to serve, over, dug out. By Enderlin, going to the outside, it's Wall. She tried to push it over, but it's blocked by Jordheim and Mauk. They're back over there as Wall tries to go back throw him, cannot. Nope, they're not going to try it again. This one is pushed over by Allen. Bumped around by Kindred. This will be Jordheim on the outside, goes back row to Waitson, who gets it. It's pushed up by Wall. She'll go middle to Maggio, pushed by Roland, back row to Billing. It's Wall, or should say yes, Wall again to her sister, dug out by Roland. Set up by McKenna. Outside, Murphy, dug out Wall, but not clean enough. And it is a point for Kindred. Great rally by the Vikings to retain the serve and get the point. Tie this up at 12. Back to serve for the Vikings. Greta McKenna. Serve is over, dug out by Waits and set up by Wall. They go to the middle where Maggio, nice dig by Roland, sends it very close to the net. Great save by McKenna, but then Murphy, just as she's backing up, tries to send it over the net. That's a tough spot to be in. She wasn't really set positionally, and her coach Ashburn is talking to her about, hey, maybe bump that over and try to send it spike way. And Enderlin gets the side out, 13-12. Fredericks, it's over, dug out. That one by Murphy, bumped up by McKenna. Jordheim gets Wall backing up. And both Wall and Waitson having a conversation there because Waitson was there as well. Wall, again, maybe a little bit of an over-eagerness to try and get to every ball. At least that's what it's felt like tonight for the Eagles. And it's 13-all. Murphy to serve. Aggressively gets it over. Dug out by Enderlin, pushed and out. Wall tried to find the open area just across the net. Roland did a great job of recognizing that there was no area there. And allows that one to fall out of bounds and gives her Vikings the lead. This one dug by Fredericks, who sends it all the way back over into the hands of Roland. They set up the kill in the middle. Great job by McKenna setting it up for Brya Mauk. It's 15-13. Vikings with the lead. Murphy again. Billing to Wall, to Maggio on the outside off the block attempt from the Vikings. They will control on the outside. Great kill on the outside by Rohrbeck. And the points go to the Vikings, who have now gathered a 16-13 lead and a timeout from Enderlin. A Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout here from the Kindred gym. 16-13 is your score. We'll take a break. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Back here at the Kindred High School Gymnasium, Kindred has gathered a 16-13 lead over Enderlin in this third set, and boy, almost made it 17-13. They've been trailing for most of this set, but nice rally from this team, and the last handful of points has allowed for the Vikings to gather the lead. Kill attempt dug out nicely by Enderlin. They're going to go back at it as Wall. She pushed it back row. Murphy there for the dig to McKenna. She sets it up. Libro kill attempt almost finds Hardwood and then does after Fredericks is unable to handle it. Rowland with a rare kill for a libero, and it's 17-13. Murphy to serve. Gets it over. Maggio to Wall. To McKenzie, back row Murphy, dug out to McKenna. She sets it up for Jordan on the outside, who just pushed it over to Wall. Maggio to Wall, lefty, gets it over, dug out by Murphy. McKenna, she goes outside to Rohrbeck, dug out by Enderlin. Boy, ooh, Wall ran into the ladder where the head scorer is at, kind of holds her back a little bit, but she's not showing any pain. And it is a point for Kindred to start to pull away in this one. Your score right now, 18-13. Dug out by Fredericks. Set up on the outside from Maggio, gets the kill. That's got to feel great for her. Finally an opportunity for her to get the points. And Enderlin will serve. 18-14 is your score. Wall gets it over, dug out by Rowland. McKenna to Rohrbeck, dug out by Billing. Wall sends it over. Boy, great job by Rohrbeck to save it. Jordan pushed it over. Fredericks to Wall. Sets it up, will go to the middle to Maggio. Tips, finds the hardwood. Maggio, nice little rally from her. Caitlin, the sophomore at 5'4", finding some confidence, 18-15. Kenzie Wall, that one is back row, dug out by Rowland, sends it close to the net, set up by McKenna. Not a great set, as McKenna was trying to get her feet under her, could not. And Jordheim not really able to do much with it in the middle. It's 18-16, so Enderlin finding a little life late in the third. Wall, right over the net, dug out by Rohrbeck. Jordheim back to her. Rohrbeck goes back row and finds the room. Frustratingly, Wall is looking towards her coach. Kind of asking, what am I supposed to do there? Boy, that was just a great job by Rohrbeck to get it over and find the point. That serve sent over. Wall does a great job of tipping her sister's bump. Jordan on the outside. Oh, great job by Fredericks to save it. They're going to go back to Jordheim. No, they're going to go middle. Ammerman. Wall. Fredericks. Ooh, right into the bleachers. She gave an all-out effort on that one. It looked ugly, but she walks up. No harm on that one. Great hustle by Ella Fredericks, the junior. Unfortunately, the reward is a point for Kindred as they gain 4-point advantage back to 2016. As Wall bumps it to her sister to the outside. It's Waitson who has it go off the Kindred block, out point Enderlin. 20-17. Enderlin, they need a rally here. Furneaux is in. Billing is out. Waitson and Wall at the front. It's Maggio, Fredericks, and the McKenzie Wall in the back. As that serve very far gets over Waitson, we're going to get a net violation on Kindred. This one is on Ammerman. Nope. Yes. Ammerman. And the point goes to Enderlin. Maggio serve up over, dug out by Murphy. McKenna to the outside. Rohrbeck's kill attempt, dug out by Maggio. Close to the net. Wall brings it back to her. Maggio will just have to bump it over. Murphy calls for it. Gives it to McKenna. She goes to the outside. Jordheim, kill attempt. Dug out nicely by Maggio, but sends it too close to the net. Furneaux try to tip it over unsuccessfully. And it'll be a Kindred ball. Spellhaug to serve for the Vikings as Maggio is out. Billing is in. Spellhaug serve too far. Point to the Eagles. And service error benefiting Enderlin. Kind of a rarity. They had 6 in that second set, but right now well within striking distance. Ammerman looking to close that gap, gets the kill from the middle. Great set by Spellhaug to give Ammerman an opportunity from the middle. 22-19. Served by Rohrbeck is over, dug out by Billing. Set up by Wall, she goes to the outside, and that was just not a great bump set. Looking for an opportunity to Lindsay Allen. It's 23-19. And a timeout called by Enderlin. 23-19 your score. The Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency bringing you this timeout. Remember, from banking to insurance, like Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, handle your request. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. We're going to keep it right here with a score 23-19 Kindred with the lead over the Eagles. Kindred looking for an opportunity to close this one out in a 3-set sweep. Have done a great job of pulling ahead of the Eagles, who have led much of this match. The Eagles, in fact, had this down to a 2-point deficit at 20-18, but the Vikings, 3 out of the last 4 points have gone their way. And we'll see if Enderlin, as Coach Ashburn called him, scrappy, can scratch and crawl their way back into this one. That one is to Billing. She bumps it to Wall, to the middle to Furneaux, has it tipped off of Ammerman. Vikings will set it up to the outside as Murphy just is unable to push it over, and it's 23-20. Waits in to serve. That one dug out by Murphy, but Kindred is scrambling. That one's pushed too far. Oh boy, Billing, I thought, was going to try and give that one an attempt, which would be fitting for what Enderlin has been doing most of the night. They are so aggressive going after every ball, almost to the detriment of the offense and gathering points, but they're down 2. Still a shot. Murphy sets her feet, waits in there to dig it out. Allen just pushes it over with the left hand, I should say right hand, and that one off the net. Allen there to dig. Waits in to hit it back. Unfortunately, not towards the net, but to the bleachers. And it is set point. It's game point right now for the Vikings. 24-21, your score. And, of course, it's Avery Ammerman to serve on this one. Over. Off of Wall and out of play. And the victory in 3 straight sets goes to the Vikings, 25-21. In this one, the Kindred Vikings victorious for their first win of the year, and a solid one in 3 straight sets over the Enderlin Eagles. We are going to get an opportunity to talk to Coach Ashburn and one of the players of the game coming up after this break. You're watching North Dakota High School Athletics on your live event.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
Welcome to the shift, Viking Nation. New merch, new designs. The Viking Booster Club has options for him, her, and all the kids. Let's go, Vikings. Get outfitted for the new year. Refresh your favorites from top to bottom. If the flag is flying, the ship is open for business. Carhartt nips are back in stock, plus new lids. Find the merch. Get the gear.
The 2023 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now available in digital format. You can view the 2023 Fall Sports Guide online and on mobile by visiting rnjbroadcasting.com and clicking on the Sports Guide link. View schedules, coaches' bios, and see plenty of photos and tidbits to get ready for the fall sports seasons. The R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now online and available at rnjbroadcasting.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
Dan Gunnarsson here for your live event. I am joined by the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Avery Ammerman. Avery, great game and a 3-6 breakaway. It felt like you and your team was just kind of all over the place in those first couple sets. But the first place I want to start, and I'm sure your coach will start here too, that third set. Seemed like you came out a little bit sloppy, maybe lost a little bit of focus. What did you guys do to regain that? Because you really came back strong in that third set.
I guess we all knew that we had to just reel it in. We talked about communication is a big part this year for us, and to talk it up on the floor, it just really helps us get all our stuff together.
So after that third set, you get back in. You have a great job of finishing off the game. We'll go back to those first couple sets. It seemed like your job of kind of controlling the net defensively, being able to block and make sure that Enderlin wasn't going to get any kind of momentum. Did you feel that way as well? Did you feel like that was where the strongest point of your game was coming through in the blocking, or what was your kind of take in those first two sets?
I definitely felt like blocking was a big part of it. Reading the floor also, it really helps just to get in that mindset and, see the floor and know where you want to hit and tip.
Talk about your setters giving you an opportunity from the middle, right? And that's where you live and breathe when it comes to those kill attempts. Just maybe kind of give a shout out to Spellhaug and McKenna.
They're both, Greta and Ava, they're both the hardest workers on the team for sure, and they really just try to give us the best balls all the time, and they're always working hard in practice.
What are you guys going to take from this game? Obviously your first victory of the year. What are you going to take and kind of build off this as you move into the later stages of the season?
It was definitely a good game, but we always have stuff to work on, and we're going to get back in the gym tomorrow and just work for what we want.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. I'll take that mic from you and bring your coach in, the energy player of the game, Avery Ammerman. Now we're going to bring in the head coach, Coach Ashburn. First victory of the year for you guys. Great job. I'm going to start with the third set as well, and I'm sure that's the last place that you want to start, but what was kind of going through your mind as the coach when you watched him come out and just from, I felt like maybe a little bit of a flat start to that third set?
Yeah, we talked a lot about focus, and you said it to Avery. It was just one thing that we needed to kind of reel it in and zone in on what our goal is to not get too comfortable with how we're performing and making sure that we're closing and not letting any more opportunities out on the floor.
So to start the game, you guys had great energy, really came out in that first set, played extremely well. It felt like you were very focused. From your vantage point, Coach, what did you notice about your team through those first couple sets that allowed them to get those victories?
They communicated. They gave each other high balls and time to make an aggressive attack, and that's what kept us in the game. And that's what kind of set us back in set 3 is we weren't as aggressive because we didn't put the ball high enough. So we got to make sure that we're giving each other time to get there and to make the best opportunity on every ball.
Let's talk a little bit about Jordheim and how she played coming off the bench, but she seemed to give you a little bit of energy, some really great balls from the outside. Talk about her play tonight.
Absolutely. Jansen's a solid player, and she can do a lot of great things across the net, not just on the right side, not just on the outside, and that's why we have her there. She's just very versatile, and she offers a lot of things that not a lot of Class B teams has. They don't, not a strong right side, and that's something that we have. We have her.
Yeah, you have some depth, too, and it seemed like your team was really using that to their strength tonight. Now, what are you using, Coach, to encourage you girls as you move on throughout the season? Lofty goals, obviously. There's a lot of experience that you have to replace, but there's nothing that says you guys can't finish or even better than what you did last year. So how do you continue to encourage and build off of this victory?
We talk about preparing for every single day. It's not like, oh, we won, now we're set and we're comfortable. We're pushing to prepare for every single day and making sure that we're proactive because there's always another step up. It's that 1% better every day. So that's what we're reaching for.
First win of the year for you. Has to feel good against a very, like you said, scrappy. I kept mentioning it in the game, scrappy Enderlin team. So, Coach, congratulations on the first victory and hopefully more to come for you this season. Coach Ashburn, head coach for the Kindred Vikings here on the Your Live Event post-game show. When we come back, we will talk more about the RDK and Enbridge players of the game. You're watching North Dakota High School Athletics on Your Live Event.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Doug Gray. I'm confident during the performance and when it's time for college. I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you on your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School Volleyball. Kindred wraps up a 3-0 victory over Enderlin with a 25-21 third set victory. We mentioned it in the postgame show. We'll get back to it. The energy and player of the game from Avery Annerman with her ability to rule the net, get those middle hits, and really carried, I felt, Kindred through those first two sets. She's our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Remember, life takes energy, and Enbridge is energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. That Precision Player of the Game from RDK Enterprises, well, give that to Jansen Jordheim. Her ability from the right side to come out and make some really tremendous attacks at the ball, get some kills and points for Kindred when they felt like sorely needed it. She is our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, and questions. Contact RDK Enterprises. Hillsborough and Drayton, that's 701-636-2119, or visit planterdoc.com. That's RDK Enterprises. It's here to help you. Also, thank you to Kindred State Bank and Insurance for being our timeout sponsor. And, of course, our set recap, First Class Mortgage. And thank you to all the sponsors for giving us an opportunity to bring you high school athletics, not only in the state of North Dakota, but throughout the Red River Valley and region beyond, because we want to give you that opportunity to see what is going on in your state, your area. And tonight you were graced with a great event, a great job from the Kindred Vikings volleyball squad with that 3-0 victory over Enderlin. Don't count the Eagles out. They're a scrappy team, as we had mentioned several times on the broadcast. Saw that really come through in that third set. But Kindred, they're looking for some lofty goals this year. Finished runner-up in Region 1 last year. Northern Cass, of course, that Region 1 winner, and, of course, state title winner as well. Speaking of them, before we sign off, they are up 2-0 on Oak Grove, and Central Cass as well is up, or I should say is tied with Sargent County at 1 set apiece. The final from here, Kindred sweeps Enderlin 3-0. So for Joey Hughes, I'm Daniel Gunnarsson saying thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's North Dakota High School volleyball broadcast on your live event.